Alright, so we continue from our previous question where we were taught to find our IRR. And then we found, let's do a quick review or just so here we found a negative NPV. Okay. Hint number 1, we said find the NPV using the given rate. So using the given rate, which was 17 in the question here, in this question, which was 17, this one, we found a negative NPV of this amount. So now the next thing to do is to find NPV which is positive. Okay, in the process of finding IRR, you need to have two NPVs. The other one, it should be negative, the other one will be positive. So the negative one already have. Now which rate are we going to use to be able to get us a positive NPV? So the hint here, I will put a hint somewhere here for us. How do you guess a rate? So most people have been saying, no, how am I going to guess the rate? Because now, how do I know that this rate is going to give me a negative answer? So this is what we do. I'll give us a hint. What we do is this. Given a rate which is in the question, 17%, any number below 17, at least below by 7. So a 10% will give us a negative answer or a positive answer. Any number below the given rate, any number at least below by 5 or 7 will give us positive. Will give us a positive NPV. Okay. Any number above here, number above given rate will give a negative. Will give us a negative. It will give us a negative NPV. So that's the hint. So let me do this. So that's the hint. If you get a given rate, any number at least above that given rate by at least maybe 5 or 7, it will give you a negative NPV. Any number below that, at least by 5 or 7, it will give you a positive NPV. So let's get our discount factor, which is 70. Now we want a negative answer, so we will get below 17 by 7. So let's just get a 5%. Anything below that side, 5%, even 10% will actually give us the same. So let's in this case, let's just get 5%. For simplicity, we get 5%. So our discount factor now is 5%, following the hint that we just been given. So already we know how to calculate a discount factor. We said discount factor from the previous video. We said discount factor is equal to 1 over 1 plus R to the power n. Okay. Yeah, we need to make sure that we say exponent n. Okay. Exponent n. So to the power n. To the power n. Alright. So the best way is just to go on that's a formula, is just to go on the PV table. This is always given in the exam. Check where there's 5, you see the factors has already been calculated. So in year 1, in year 0, the discount factor is already 1, regardless of the rate. Okay? I'm going to show you why it is 1. Because where there is n, we said the discount factor is 1 over 1 plus r to the power n. And where there is n, we put 0. And anything to the power 0 is 1. So it will be 1 over 1 giving us 1. Okay, so now in year 1, what would be our discount? Our discount fact, it will be 0.952. In year 2, our discount factor will be 0.907. So just go and check these things from the present value table. So in year 3 it will be 0.8864. In year 4 it will be actually 0.23. Then you multiply. Once 200 by 0.952, it will give us 1142.8. Then 1410 multiplied by 0.907, it will give us 1278.87. Okay. In year 3, we multiply 1775 by 0.8464. It will give us 1620.00. In year 4, we multiply 8. Here the discount factor should be 0.823. When we multiply it by that, 1150 multiplied by 0.823, it will give us 946.45. What did we say? Now that we already have this number there, we can just write it the way it is: negative 4,000 plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, and get the final answer there. Or you can add this, plus this, plus this, plus this. The answer you get, you subtract a 4,000. Okay? So what we'll get actually to be the net present value, because the subtraction has already been done. I'm using this approach because some other lecturers like such an approach. Others like the one I used on the first NPV calculation. So in our NPV, our net present value after the subtraction, it will be 987.72. Okay. Alright, so this will be our positive NPV. Having found a positive NPV, what next? Let's go ahead now and calculate IRR. IRR formula. Hint number 3. Apply the formula. Hint number 3. Apply the formula. The formula. So what's the formula? There are a lot of formulas for IRR. I personally prefer this one. IRR is equal to R1 plus NPV1 times, others like putting times and brackets, say R2 minus R1, and then the close bracket like that, and then divided by NPV1 minus NPV2. Now, I want to put another hint here. Another hint that I'm going to put here, hint number 4, is that the NPV1 is the positive NPV. not the one we first calculated. Regardless, if you find the positive NPV in the is the positive NPV. NPV1 is the positive NPV. That's NPV1. Whether I found it at the second step, the NPV1 should be positive. The positive one is the NPV1. What is R1? R1 is the lower rate. So the lower rate is R1. So you even see that the lower rate is the one that gives you a positive NPV. That's why it is R1. You've seen that, eh? And then we have R2. R2 is the higher rate. Now I think you can be able to justify what I say. Higher rate, that is the R1, the NPV1 is the positive one. Okay. NPV2, let's address that one as well. NPV2 is the negative one. So let's apply this formula. Let's apply that formula. So in this formula, I'm going to apply this formula. I'll apply it here. I'll say equals. What is our R1? Yeah. Okay. What is our R1? Our R1, so we're going to say IRR. We're going to say that IRR equals to R1, the smallest, 5%. Okay. %, plus NPV1, the positive one. What did we find? We found 97. We found this one. Okay. We say multiplied by, open brackets, R2. R2 is the one that gives us a negative answer, -5. That is in percentage. Okay. Over, we said everything should be divided by NPV1, the positive one. This one. NPV1 plus the NPV1. The NPV1 is this one. And then we're adding it to say plus, we are saying plus. Now, we are saying minus. The formula is saying minus NPV2. But the NPV2 itself is negative. So, minus and minus will give us a plus. So, in short, what we'll have is, the computations that I'm having. Let me do this. What we'll have will be a plus. And now we understand 160 point